Right. No, that's the way, that's the legal way it's supposed to work. For a very long time until Schoenbein showed up as a public defender, I'd ask for a subpoena.
All right,
The
getting ready to go. Here we go.
bank would send it to the state's attorney's office.
We'll call this regular city council meeting to order on June 15th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Roll call, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Present.
Mr. Bateman?
Present.
Mr. Becky?
Present.
Mrs. McCullen?
Present.
Mr. Parrott?
Present.
Mr. Downs?
Present.
Mr. Clemens?
Present.
Mrs. O'Donoghue?
Present.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. We will start. Is there anybody like to speak under public participation? Okay, for the record, there is no public participation. We'll start with the consent agenda this evening. Consists of 5A, payment of bills, and 5B, request from Lincoln Christian Church to permit the closing of McLean Street from Pekin Street to Delavan Street on Saturday, June 20th, 2026, from 3:30 p.m. until 7 p.m. for the all-church picnic.
Move to approve.
Second.
Alderwoman McClellan made the motion. Alderman Anderson, second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Becky?
Yes.
Mrs. McCullen?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donoghue?
Yes.
Okay, next item up is 8A, City Treasurer's Report for May 2026. Treasurer Conzo.
Thank you, Mayor. You've all received copies of this report, and I think the thing that I would emphasize there, if you look at the subtotal in the general fund, $3,278,353, compared to where we were a year ago, which was $3,720,594. So, we need to reverse that trend, because if you look at previous years there, we were over 4 million, well over 4,197,000, 4,187,000. Ideally, you should have about 12 months on hand. This is what you have on hand here now in the general fund, even if you include the IMED investments, which could be liquidated if need be. You have about 4 months worth. I don't like to see it ever get down below 6 months, but that's where we are, so we're going to need to be careful going forward in how we spend the money, particularly in the general fund. The other funds, that isn't as much of a problem from that standpoint.
Treasurer Conzo,
Yes.
how do you said reverse that trend? What's your recommendation on reversing the trend?
Well, I think the best, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of these revenue streams that we have too. Some of those are down year over year, so we're going to have to watch that. But I think even though you have money in the budget, if you don't really need, if it's not a necessity to spend it, and that we shouldn't. And I think we've done that several times in the past, even though the budget allows for it. The appropriation allows sometimes for over and above the budget, and that's generally because of things we can't plan for. But where we can avoid doing that, we should, and we have done it in the past, and that's why we were able to get up above. We were up in that $4 to $5 million range before. So I think it's just looking at every purchase that we make and every expenditure that we make and trying to, make sure it's something that we need to do rather than maybe something that would be a good idea and we'd like to have it, but we, could put it off for a while. I think if the inflation starts to come down, and I don't know whether it will or not, but if it does, you'll start to see more spending overall, which will increase our tax revenue too, and I'm going to talk about that here in the report. If you look at the pages, the attachments, which have the various sources of revenue, you see what I'm talking about there with the municipal sales tax and the use tax. We did get, that has started to come up for March, and the month of March, month of liability, which is not included in this report. This report includes only what we received through the month of May, and that would have been for sales tax, and some of the others that would have been the February month of liability. And you see that's down by a few thousand there. Year over year, down about 30,000 from January and February of last year to this year. Non-home rule sales tax, a little bit, of course, it's a much smaller amount. And you see there we're down also about, just about $3,800 year over year. And that's what I was talking about to, go back to Alderman Parrott's point about things that we can do. We need to watch these revenue streams, and if they continue to trend downward, we certainly need to adjust our spending to account for that. I'm hopeful that they will start to go in the other direction. And then the replacement tax, we're actually a little bit ahead, about $3,000 ahead of where we were last year. And you see there, some of the earlier months we had, and that's never consistent month to month. So, but you do see year over year we are ahead. And then the state income tax, we're ahead a little bit there too. We're at almost 1,999,763 a year ago. At this point in time, we're $9,774,538. So that does kind of offset some of the loss in the sales tax. Video gaming, that's up a little bit too. A year ago, we were at about 125,800. We're up almost 2,000 there. And then the motor fuel tax, this is real interesting. They've increased the tax and all of that. If you look at where we were in 2025 from the basic motor fuel tax that, prior to raising the taxes was like 19.5 cents per gallon. If you look at that column, a year ago we were at 98,871. This year we're at 91,764. Why is that? Well, they're pumping less gas. Why are we pumping less gas? Because it costs more. The extra part that you see there comes from the increases year after each July in the motor fuel tax. We had an increase last July. They talked about, I think they're going to suspend it this year, which doesn't mean they're going to eliminate it. They're just going to delay it if they do that. But year after year, that has gone up, and that's what, you see some extra revenue from that, but the number of gallons is decreased. And that's about it unless there's any other questions about it.
Any questions for Treasurer Conzo? Okay. All right, you have the next two items. We'll start with 8B, City Treasurer's Annual Fireman's Pension Fund Report for fiscal year 2025-2026.
Yeah, you see there, we've had, an increase there in revenue, but we've also, and the investments, stock market has gone up quite a bit over the last year. And if you look at that, Illinois Firefighters Pension Fund, the consolidated fund, you see that it performed very well, and the result of that is that the revenue over last year is considerably higher. Those annuities that are now Broadway Graham, they were previous companies, a couple of different companies before that, but those are handled here locally, and that has done very well too. This is one of the few types of investments that the consolidated fund did not absorb in 2022 when they consolidated the other investments. And you see the revenue sources there are up somewhat too. Property tax, you were agreeable to increasing the portion for pensions, and that is starting to show here, and it'll show up again in the current year. We are not and I won't go through every line on this, but our revenues under expenses or over expenses, you see that there, $299,000, and the investments, you'll see on the first page the money that we transferred to the consolidated fund was $985,000, but we transferred more out of that fund to meet our expenses. And you can see the rest of the information self-explanatory. We've, need to do better at funding pensions, and, that can be a very lengthy discussion. We get to it, I suppose, when we get near the end of the year. Police pension fund, similar results there. You see also the consolidated Illinois Police Officers Pension Investment Fund performed very well too. Again, it's a result of the stock market. And that's really most of the investments that we have there. There's a little bit that we have here locally that are cash. Again, the property taxes did contribute more this year than they had in previous years, which resulted in an increase in our revenue as well. And then if you look on the last page, you'll see the totals, and also the fact that we had additional expenses there as well that we didn't have last year that resulted in an increase in that. And that's it. There's a lot of detail in this. If you want to look it over and ask me about it later, that's fine, or at another meeting.
Any questions for Mr. Conzo on either of these? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Conzo. Okay, next item is 8D, City Clerk's Report for May 2026. Ms. Bateman?
In the month of May, we received $320,326.03 of sewer payments, which we did receive $10,145.79 from one of the prisons.
Questions for Ms. Bateman? Okay, thank you. And then 8E, Department Head Reports for May 2026. Those are either on file or will be shortly. Moving on to 9A, approval of the purchase of sludge tank diffuser replacements in an amount not to exceed $30,000.
Move to approve.
Second.
Alderman Bateman made the motion. Alderman Downs second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donahue?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Becky?
Yes.
Mrs. McCullen?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Okay, next up is 9B, advise and consent to the mayoral appointment of Kelly Jo Carter to the Diversity and Inclusion Commission.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Alderman Downs made the motion. Alderman Parrott second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donahue?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Becky?
Yes.
Mrs. McCullen?
Yes.
Next is 9C, advise and consent to the mayoral appointment of Elijah Cox to the Diversity and Inclusion Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Parrott made the motion. Alderman Anderson second. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Becky?
Yes.
Mrs. McCullen?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Donahue?
Yes.
Okay, that brings us down to announcements. I've just got a couple. The wagon, the covered wagon, will begin its move to downtown tomorrow. They have started disassembling it on its current site. I don't know what time it's scheduled to be moved, but they've already been planning on it, working on it for a couple weeks. Walt, thanks to you and your crew for getting that land ready for that move. Once that's in place, then we'll start to tackle the Lincoln letters that are going to move, and then we've made an agreement that we would move the donut up more towards the road with the owners of Mellacream. So all that starts tomorrow. The other thing I want to do is thank Walt and his crew, and I suspect police and fire and others, sewer probably played a role in the bad weather that we had. It came through pretty quick. There's a lot of stuff down on the ground, a lot of trees, damage to vehicles. So thank you to everybody that played a role in that and for acting quickly and helping keep the community safe. Truly appreciate it. Please pass that on to your people.
Mayor,
Mr. Becky?
I'd just like to add that I was very pleased. I mean, I was just blessed because within minutes of that storm, police officers came, roped off, because we had a huge tree come down on 8th Street, and they were right there, got that, because a live line was down, and then within a few hours, the city guys were there with barricades, and then within 12 hours, they were cutting that tree up. It was huge. I mean, it was just so efficient, and we're blessed to have all you. So thank you for all that work.
Thank you. Anybody else on that topic?
Oh, no,
Ms. Bateman?
not that topic, no.
Okay, and then the last one, we're supposed to get some more weather Wednesday, correct? So, I don't know, Ty or Joe, do you guys have any insight on that, or Walt,
I
on
only
what to
know-
expect?
I only know what I saw on my weather app, and it called for a heavy amount of rain. I'm not certain about any dangerous weather yet. I do get updates. I think the fire chief does as well from EMA once National Weather Service starts making their predictions.
Okay,
They did update earlier, just before the meeting. They are talking more severe weather in the evening hours, comparable, if not worse, than what we had last week. So
Okay.
we're keeping an eye on it.
okay, so everybody plan ahead, be safe. Okay, that's all I have. Ms. Bateman, did you have something?
Well, we got another, if this was Monday night, well, it is Monday night, but a different Monday night. Copper and Oak, Copper and Oak gave me a street recloser after the fact last week for the cow. So it's for this Saturday, June 20th, from 12 until 11 p.m. for the St. Jude Jeep Run fundraiser. They're going to have a ban, which they want to block Delavan Street from Kickapoo Street west to the alley. Since the 20th is this Saturday, I guess the nod, if it's okay, and then this will go through the normal channels of the cow next week to then actually vote.
Hey, Kevin.
Kevin. Well, don't say it now.
In that case, don't pull the microphone down, but the other stuff do. Does the council have any concerns with this?
Did they give a reason why they weren't able to get this in on time?
Like, the co-partner was supposed to do it.
So
I'll just leave it at that. That's what the email said, so.
didn't they have a similar event scheduled recently that was canceled due to weather?
Well, it
Yes.
was canceled.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, but so I don't know. They're making
I
up
think it was
for
in the same
cancellation.
location,
I can
too.
see
Yeah.
that.
Happened. Didn't you say it did not happen?
No.
Oh. Well, so the other bad thing is too, isn't it supposed to rain pretty hard on Saturday as well? All right. Well,
Trust the
hopefully,
weatherman that far out.
hopefully
That's too
it
far
works out
away.
okay.
It's hard to trust him for tomorrow.
So, are we okay placing this on there? Okay,
Or go ahead and have them close it, and then we'll put it on the cow next week. Yeah, okay.
okay. Thank you. Who else has an announcement they'd like to share? Mr. Downs and then Mr. Parrott.
Are you gonna do that? Okay, I got several announcements here to make. First off, I want to welcome the community to the Juneteenth celebration. That is this Friday, this same day as the third Friday event. But the Juneteenth is a celebration of the emancipation of slaves. The Hunt For Foundation is going to have a little celebration at Latham Park from 1 to 6. So it's I don't know a ton about this year's festivities, but I generally go every year, and it's always a fantastic time. So I encourage the community to come out to that. Saturday morning at 8 a.m., I invite the community to come out and watch me destroy the fire department and police department in a 5K race. No, I'm just kidding. But there is still time to sign up for this race. I encourage the community to get involved. It goes to a fantastic cause. It's always good to get in shape and be active. So yeah, support the first responders. That's meaningful. And then also after that, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Mill is hosting what's it called? Ribbon cutting?
It's like a
It's
Kickoff,
It's a
right?
kickoff
Yeah.
again of some updates to the mill, and so come out. We're gonna have
Yeah, there's
get
food
your schnitzel
trucks.
at the mill.
Sure.
Again?
Food trucks, live music, a tour of the mill with all their new attractions.
The blade spinning,
Should be a
thanks to Mr. Parrott.
Well, there a little bit of a setback on the blades.
Oh,
A
no.
part is getting fixed. Hopefully, it will be done by Saturday.
Okay.
yes.
Okay,
And
perfect.
then, are you gonna announce the third Friday?
You can go ahead. You've got the
Okay.
microphone. Go ahead.
This Friday is also the third Friday. It's Nashville Nights.
Yes.
Yes. So the streets will be closed 5:30 on Friday.
4
4.
on Friday.
All right.
And they'll
Let's
probably be
go
closed
live.
until 11 or so.
Okay, so come out and see us then. Thank you.
Mr. Parrott.
Yes. So I just think that even with the weather, Route 66 garage sale went across the town, and I think we saw a lot of people moving through the community.
Yep.
And for the most part, I think it turned out pretty well, even though Saturday was kind of a half-day rain day.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. It was busy all over town. So, yeah. Mr. Anderson.
Got a little sports update. We usually don't get a whole lot of sports in the summer here, but our neighbors to the south of us here, Mount Pulaski Hilltopper Shotgun Sports Team, completed the trifecta, the 2026 state champions in skeet, trap, and clay sporting clays. And also, this is a repeat for what they did in 2025. So, fine group of young men and women down there that I guess with their shooting skills, I'd be cautious in that area.
Impressive. Okay. Mr. Landers.
Yeah, just wanted to make everybody aware that beginning tomorrow morning, Broadway Street will be closed at Sherman Street. All 4 legs of that intersection will be closed due to new utilities getting connected to the construction over at the safety complex. It'll be for a few days. We don't know exactly how long, but that whole intersection will be closed down.
Okay.
If you are still cleaning up your yard, continue to place the sticks and stuff out at the curb or the street, and we will eventually be back through to pick them up.
Should they be a certain length? Doesn't matter.
It helps, if they can cut them down to 5 or 6 feet, 4 feet. The shorter the better, but sometimes they have to cut them up to move them anyway. So, we've been working in the last few days, last week and today, working on getting some of the bigger things cleaned up, the bigger piles and trees cleaned up. So, but continue to set those out. We'll be making another complete pass through town at some point. So, utilize the landfill on Wednesday and Saturday. We opened it up a couple extra days this last week, and it seemed to do good because it was extremely busy, according to the attendance. Especially Saturday was extremely busy. Fifth Street update, they poured the westbound lane on Friday, so that there's 2 lanes, the east and westbound in that closure section, and they hope to start putting in curb maybe tomorrow. If not, it'll probably be Wednesday and Thursday, or Thursday, Friday, depending on the weather.
Okay.
How has the problems with people going past barricades and stuff, has that been resolved?
To a certain extent, yes. I think it's still taking place, but they're just taking a different route. So they moved around a little bit, and I don't think it's everybody. That closure is very inconvenient for a lot of people. And I've not really received any, quite well, when do you think it's going to open back up? Well, hopefully it'll be opening back up here in a few weeks, we hope. We can't guarantee anything, but everybody's been cordial and cooperative for the most part. So I've been really pleased with that. We do have a concern when we have this rain and stuff, because Fifth Street west there of GFL, where their office is, tends to flood. So we've been monitoring that and keeping an eye on that, because if that floods, then we got people on an island that can't get out or get emergency services. But with the second lane done, once it cures enough, then we can use that if we need to. So that'll make a big difference. And then also, update on Tremont Street, we have a pre-construction meeting scheduled for Thursday, June 25th. So we're looking for that project to get started probably the first part of July sometime.
Perfect. All right. Anybody else have an announcement? Okay. If there are no other announcements, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a sec? Alderman Downs made the motion. Alderman Becky second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. This meeting is adjourned at 6:25 p.m.